Gorthuada, and welcome to this quiet yet festively adorned part of St. Ives. And welcome to this first of a two-part concert from this corner, this quiet corner of Cornwall. We hope that cousin Jacks and Janes and Hakes from all over the world will be able to feel part of this special celebration from their hometown. We have choir singing and some of our local carols, or chorals as we know them here, and photos of some of our local folk who you may well recognise. So sit back, listen and enjoy, or better still, join in. We start our programme with a carol written by Colin Williams. This lovely piece, usually sung around our now deserted streets at Christmas Eve, is called Beautiful Child, sung for us by the St. Ives Combined Chapel's Cornish Carol Choir.
Ah, beautiful child of Bethlehem, beautiful songs which angels sang. Beautiful song which angels sang. Glory to God, their chorus rang. Beautiful, beautiful song which angels sang.
The words in this next song by Susan and Lee Dengler captures the true essence of Christmas. No, not Christmas trees or Santa Claus, but freedom, peace, love, and salvation because of the baby Jesus born in Bethlehem. Shines the light. This next song, written by Sally DeFord and sung by Tricia and I, was based on a prophecy by Isaiah, who lived some 800 years before the birth of Christ. And his name shall be called Wonderful.
Holy night, unto us beneath the new star's light. child is born.
Unto us a son is given, and his name shall be called Wonderful, for the world will be healed by his arm. He will be our unfailing counselor, in each uncertain hour. Almighty God of heaven above, so meekly comes to earth. The everlasting Father, this child of lowly birth, tell his name, sing his praise in all the world, till all the world believes, till every voice is lifted up to praise the Prince of Peace. Unto us mid the angels song, unto us the gift awaited long. Unto us wrapped in swaddling bands, hushed to sleep at the Virgin's hands. Unto us a child is born. Unto us a son is given, and his name shall be called Wonderful, for the world will be healed by his arm. He will be our unfailing counselor, in each uncertain hour. The mighty God of heaven above, so meekly comes to earth. The everlasting Father, this child of lowly birth, tell his name, sing his praise in all the world, till all the world believes, till every voice is lifted up to praise the Prince of Peace. Tell his name, sing his praise in all the world, till all the world believes, till every voice is lifted up to praise the Prince of Peace. Till every voice is lifted up to praise the Prince of Peace.
This next carol, See the Morning, is sung just before midnight to herald in Christmas Day. See the Morning Fair and Bright, written by Colin Williams. He was born in 1858, and when he emigrated to America, he became injured and lost his sight in a mining accident. On returning home, he became the organist at Hellesvere Chapel for 40 years. He wrote more than 20 of our celebrated local carols, including, of course, the most famous, Hellesvere. But you'll have to wait for the second session of our programme to hear that sung. I assure you it's worth the wait.
See the morning fair and bright.
As you look down these now deserted streets, it's hard to imagine. In my youth, there was a light on in every house. And now you see none. The rows on Christmas Eve used to be filled with people following the carol choir if they weren't singing themselves. There's a Facebook page called The Real Love St.Ives. And as I ponder on that, I think perhaps we should have another Facebook page called The Real St. Ives. The St. Ives which I loved and grew up in. It was a lovely time, a great time to grow up in. A beautiful town. But the essence of the town, the real heart of the town, is the people. I miss those people. I miss the friendly shouts and let's have another curl. Which one would you like? Oh, let's have See the Morning. Let's have Hellas Veer. What melody? Yeah. And we go out till the early hours of the morning, before Christmas, and the 12 days after Christmas. Every night the carol choirs would be out, individual chapels going around the town. Hark, Primitive are up that way, we'd better go down here. And so we wouldn't clash. And there was Tommy Banfield with his clarinet, and I used to go around with my dad with the little collection boxes, knocking on the doors, but people were coming out anyway. But nowadays, with double glazing and televisions, people don't know you're out. Not that there's many to sing to now anyway, but it's a tradition we want to keep up. This is Memories of the St. Ives I love. Joseph Tanner lived in Bullen's Terrace, which is just behind the Stennick surgery, and he wrote this next carol. What melody?
What melody is this I hear? How it sounds throughout the sky. How it sounds throughout the sky. How it sounds throughout the sky. On this auspicious morn, on this auspicious morn.
What hallelujah, angels cry.
The King of Kings is born. The King of Kings is born. The King of Kings is born. Lord, hallelujah, angels cry. The King of Kings is born.
Save us, we might have listened in the lane, so is listening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay
go alone, walking in a winter wonderland.
In the meadow we can build a snowman and then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town, in town. You can do it when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. We're walking, yes indeed we're walking in a winter wonderland. Wonderland, wonderland. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Oh, Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. If only in my dreams. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, he's coming to town, he's making a list and checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town, coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out and you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town, coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town.